yards, and he has 78-yard rushing touchdown. He has breakaway speed, which is sort of underrated considering how good he's been with his arm this year. He was so far gone from any Indian defender. By the time he crossed the end zone, he was the only one in the frame. For Portage, though, it's been a bit of a tough season for him after letting go of their head coach, Rory Richards, and bringing in Tony Klimchak to be their head coach. They're currently 0-6 and an 0-4 record in conference play, and they took on the Chesterton Trojans last week. They were trailing 20-9 at the half, and they were able to get pretty close to Chesterton when Jordan McClatchy went 83 yards on a 3rd and 9, broke 2 tackles and took it in for the touchdown. But it was just a sloppy game overall for Portage. They run a spread offense, and Cody Young, the quarterback, who in his own right can run the football well, but at times was putting the ball into danger and possibly being intercepted, as he had an interception and a fumble early. The Portage Indians enter today being outscored 153-46 in conference play. That's negative 107 differential, an average of 46 on their losses against DAC opponents this year. Last year, though, these two teams met up, and it was an ugly game overall for Michigan City. Certainly a game that they circled on their schedule. They lost 9-7 and only gained 123 yards, which was by far the fewest yards that they were able to gain in one game. And Trenton Hart had a bad day, going 1 for 5 with just 12 yards and snapped their 9-game winning streak against Portage. We will step aside and come back after the national anthem, and we'll have kickoff here from Ames Field in Michigan City, Indiana, as you're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, my name is Mark Macknick. I'm the owner of Mark Macknick CPA firm in Highland, Indiana on Kennedy Avenue. I've been working with Region Sports for years now. Started working with Chris years ago, just on some special projects, advertising here and there. After a while, kind of increased the advertising. Mainly was doing it for the community involvement. It's such a great network and program they do with the high school sports. But as time went by, I started getting on there more frequently. And then the phone starts ringing. And I was getting calls all the time from people. Hey, I saw your ad on so-and-so football game. I saw your ad on a basketball game. And it's really helped my business. It's increased the volume. We're a tight community in Northwest Indiana, sports-wise, and just a lot of community involvement. So that's mainly why I got into it. I remember watching one game. It was a basketball game, and I think there was a little bit of an altercation. And as the altercation was happening, my ad was right on the bottom, and someone typed in, "I wonder what Mark Macknick's thinking right now." And I was thinking, wow, this is awesome. It's really been a great feature for my business. It's the only advertising I do. I don't advertise anywhere else other than Region Sports. It's for the business, but mainly for the involvement with the community. I played high school baseball here in Highland. And ever since I've been advertising on Region Sports, a lot of my old coaches are now my clients. A lot of my old teammates come in here. My recommendation, if you're a business here in Northwest Indiana, I think Region Sports is, for your money, it's one of the best places that you can advertise. I mean, I can advertise on billboards. I could do anywhere I want to. And I choose Region Sports mainly because I get a lot of feedback. Especially on the high school level, a lot of the parents, if they can't make a game, they're watching it online. They're watching a replay, the grandparents. So it's done wonders for my business, and it's my go-to for advertising. It's the only spot I would advertise. So if you're a business owner in the area, really look into advertising on Region Sports. It's going to be well worth your money, and you'll make tenfold on what you're spending. Region Sports Network, they're the only game in town, but they're more than just a game.
The Friday night forecast is brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Tonight's forecast is 76 degrees with not too much airflow here tonight on this homecoming game in Michigan City, Indiana. That's a Friday night forecast brought to you by Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. Andrew Miles joining you as the national anthem was just played, and the Michigan City Wolves are taking the field here at Ames Field. And we'll look at the keys to the game for Michigan City coming in at 4-2. They're looking to get the win and secure themselves their second winning season in the last 3 years. Last year they only had 3 wins. They've already surpassed that total. And with LaPorte next week and then Crown Point, Michigan City wants some momentum before going into postseason play. One of those keys is going to be getting off to a faster start. In the first half, they averaged 4.7 points. The second half, 10.7. As we said in their last game against Lake Central, they were able to score 17 points in the fourth quarter. There's a couple of games where the Wolves were able to win just because of how strong they are in the second half. But if they can come out gunning it in the first half, they have nothing to worry about when they have to take on some teams and do-or-die contests. Limit the penalties. There's a couple of touchdowns that were called back due to some holes or blocks in the back. Michigan City has to clean that up and not have any penalty or touchdowns called back because of players grabbing a guy that had no need to when the play was on the other side of the field. And then let Trin cook, as we talked about. Trin Hart last week had a career game to remember, going 15 for 20 through the air, 193 yards, 3 touchdowns, 7 carries, 130 yards, and a 78-yard touchdown. He completed a pass to 5 different receivers and a passing touchdown to 3 different receivers. And then the speed was really the one that we saw was the difference maker in that game. For Portage, air it out. Michigan City at times can struggle against the pass. Saw that against Lake Central last week where guys were wide open. And with Klimchak bringing in that spread offense, really going to force Michigan City to communicate and stop the pass game. Do not jump. Portage was very bad against the hard counts that they saw last week against Chesterton, and it led to Chesterton having some second or third and short after about 2nd and 7, 3rd and 7. And when you have an incredible running back in the backfield in Govea, it led to Chesterton getting first downs and milking the clock out and winning the game 37-17. And control the edge is a major point as Michigan City loves to run the jet sweeps, and because of that, it can set up for Trin Hart and his favorite play, the fake jet sweep, where he takes it right up the middle. Chesterton ran several plays like that paid dividends, and were able to score some touchdowns from it. As both teams are now meeting at midfield for the coin flip, so we'll see who is getting the ball first and who will be starting on defense. Portage leads this series all time 20-10. They off to a really good start against Michigan City all time, as Michigan City up until last year had a 9-game winning streak. So now we're about to hear from the referee who's getting the ball first. Michigan City won the toss. They are going to receive the ball. So we will see Trin Hart and the Michigan City offense first, and the Portage defense also coming out to the field. Visit regionsports.com, Facebook /Region Sports Nation, Instagram, and Region Sports Network YouTube for this week's Home Improvement Top 10 presented by Innigenberg Exteriors. Innigenberg Exteriors, you can find them on the web at ebergexteriors.com. Michigan City's offense averaging 26.8 points. They've actually scored the 3rd most points in the DAC overall, even including those 2 non-conference games they had to start off the season. And this Michigan City team has really come out of nowhere this year. But when you have explosive players on offense and then a very aggressive defense we've seen at times, you can see why they're able to get a win against Valparaiso. And they battled hard last time they were at home against Maryville, but Maryville just the cream of the crop in the DAC outside of Crown Point. The ball is teed up, and we are getting ready for action here from Ames Field. Tyler Giangulio is going to kick it away. Damone Thomas back for Michigan City. And so his short kick received at around the 36, 37-yard line, and it's a quick whistle as we get ready for football here on the Region Sports Network. Thank you for joining us today. So a short kick, not to any of the explosive playmakers that Michigan City has. That was Jack Solar, the sophomore. That will be credited with the return, even though it was a very minimal gain. Michigan City led by Trin Hart, and they have the star wide receiver in Zaire McKinney, a 3-star recruit committed to Northern Illinois. And they have a 3-headed monster in the backfield, Jeremy Thurman, Demarion Evans, and the fridge, Daquan Fields. 3 receivers to the right, play action. Going deep, Trin Hart to his left. He has a man. It's overthrown. The Zaire McKinney laid out for it. He beat his man, and that could have went for 6. But Trin Hart just put too much mustard on that one. He'll make it 2nd and 10 from the 38. So early on, Michigan City looking to be aggressive. That's how their season started, was on a hookup between Trin Hart and Zaire McKinney for a long touchdown in their blowout win against Hanover Central. Back on the football, they're at the 38, 2nd and 10. For the receiver in motion, they're going to hand it off to Laurent. Laurent going to his left, and coming down from his position is Ozzy Fuentes. 1-yard gain up to the 39. Make it 3rd and 9 for Michigan City. Fuentes, the junior, was all over the place in their loss last week. Portage, very underrated linebacking core between Fuentes and Tristan Bertelsen, the middle linebacker. Ball in the left hash. A couple receivers to the right. There comes pressure. Hart throwing over the middle, and he completes it to Zaire McKinney. That's a 4-season mechanical first down. A little slant route there. One thing about Portage on 3rd down, they love the blitz. And Michigan City, they're already on top of the football. They're up to the 48-yard line. They're going to hand it off to the middle to Thurman. Thurman was able to escape the initial tackler and was brought down by 2 Portage Indians. It was Shane Hill that was in the backfield very quickly. 2-yard gain on the 46 of Portage. 3 receivers to the right. It's a fake. Rolling to his right. Hart. Hart wants to go downfield, and it's going to the back shoulder, and it's incomplete, but a flag being thrown. Threw it down to the 15-yard line where Laurent trying to adjust and bring in that football. A bit underthrown. The flag going to go on Zy Parker. That'll be 15 yards. We'll move Michigan City to the 31-yard line. And that first down is brought to you by 4 Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on the web at fourseasonmechanical.com. They're bringing the ball back. Now it looks like they're about to walk it off. Now they're going to walk it off. So that's where the confusion came from. Long walk to where the pass was thrown, just to put it on the 31-yard line. 10:44 to go in the first quarter. An early flag on the Portage Indians. Zy Parker being beat by Laurent. This Michigan City team wants to go fast. Have an up-tempo type offense. Thurman getting a carry to the left side. He's got plenty of space going down the sideline, and he'll have a first down. Jeremy Thurman. With a good run, but it looks like this one might be coming back. There's a flag back by the line of scrimmage, and usually a sign that it can be a 10-yard penalty, and it is. That's something that we talked about in the keys to the game, is that Michigan City in the first half oftentimes shoot themselves in the foot with plenty of penalties. Zaire McKinney, the star wide receiver, should have had 3 touchdowns last week besides the one that he had. 2 of them were called back. 1st and 20. Now push Michigan City back to the Indians' 42-yard line. A naked look. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Hart going to air it out. Here comes pressure. Throws over the middle of the field, and then over the head of Nick Stewart. Able to knock it down to make sure it wasn't intercepted. Bit high for him. 2nd and 10. Or 2nd and 20, correction. Armand Harrison, the free safety on the coverage. Michigan City can beat you in a lot of different ways, either through the air or through the run game. But last week they ran for 299 yards. They win against Lake Central. A swing pass, a quick hitter caught by Thurman. Thurman trying to break off the tackler. He does. He's going down the sideline. He got a good block. He's across the 20, the 15. He's at the 10. He gets pushed out of bounds. What a nice run there from Jeremy Thurman. Pass thrown behind him by Trent Hart. Made the adjustment off his tackler. Got a really good block by Meek Laurent. It moves it up to the 6. It's a 36-yard gain. Taquan Fields, the short yardage back, has come into the game. He's a Portage transfer. He's 6'2", 230. See, they go to him. Last week he had 2 carries for 30 yards. And timeout going to be called by Michigan City. We'll take a 30-second timeout as you're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep, skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
We are back from Ames Field. Andrew Mile joining you on the Region Sports Network. Getting close to the finale of the regular season, just 2 more weeks to go after today. Michigan City is on the 6, just had to use a timeout after a miscommunication. They're knocking on the doorstep. Fields in the backfield. They'll feed the big man. Fields pushing through an arm tackler. He is very close to the goal line. He is just short. Taquan Fields, 15 carries, 3 touchdowns, and now a flag is being thrown up into the air. They just get that on Taquan Fields for chirping at one of the Portage Indians. As Ryan McClelland, the senior, is clapping his hands and pointing in that direction. Now Coach French of Michigan City will pull Taquan Fields back to the sideline. I mean, you know, for Taquan Fields, it's got to be an emotional game for him, transferring from Portage to Michigan City. A lot of players transferred out of Portage after the quick coaching change in May. A lot of changes to this football team. They're on an 0-6 year. They're in danger of having another winless season. Winless season a few years ago. Now a push back. Michigan City goes after the play, so it's still second down. And it's second and goal from the 16-yard line. Hart going to his left. He's got a man trying to lead him, and what a catch for a touchdown, Meek Laurent. Trent Hart puts it right into the basket, and Meek Laurent racks up his 3rd receiving touchdown of the season. Any way we get a replay, I got to watch that again. So they put Laurent in the slot. We're right to the corner, and Trent Hart threw a beauty of a pass. From Michigan City on the board first. Burns out there to kick, and his extra point is no good. Michigan City leads 6-0 after a hookup from Zaire McKinney. Or correction, from Trent Hart to Meek Laurent. We'll be back here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep, skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
Hi, I'm Crown Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowell Companies Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated. Burns with a short kick. Portage able to receive it, but hit hard. Oh, man. What a blast by Michael Hopp. As he hops off the field, absolutely blowing up the Portage returner. Here comes the Portage offense, averaging just 12.3 points per game, scoring just 74 this season. And their quarterback is Cody Young, a senior who's an absolute athlete. They draw up the designated runs for him. He had a 55-yard carry last week against Chesterton. They're trying to respond after Michigan City scored on their first drive. Hart to Laurent, a 16-yard score. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, lined up in a line. A naked look. Young dropping back to throw. Goes over the middle of the field. He's got a man wide open. A beautiful route. A slant. A quick release as Duff, the backup quarterback, makes the reception and gets it up to the Portage 45-yard line. Let's see this again. As we said in the pregame show, he got aired out and forced them to communicate. 16-yard gain. Cody Young put the ball in danger a few times last week, throwing off his back foot. Wasn't going through his progressions, just throwing it. Same look. This time it's a run by Young, and Young has nowhere to go. Back to the line of scrimmage, Ethan Buskirk. First man there. Buskirk tied for first in the region in tackles. He entered today with 61 total this year. That is 10.2 tackles a game. So in other words, he has been absolutely fantastic for Michigan City. 11 tackles last week against Lake Central. It was a loss of 1. Pushing back Portage to their 44. Going to this familiar formation. This time they bring in Hunter Cole, the tight end on the left side. Going to throw again is Young. Young going deep downfield. He has a man wide open, and he drops it into the basket. Amante Quarles with the hookup. They're going to mark him down just outside the 15 at the 17. A beautiful ball. 39-yard hookup. And fantastic camera work at the same time. There's a forcing mechanical first down. Receiver in motion. It's Quarles again. Quarles trying to bounce it outside. Getting some good blocking. He spins off of the defender. And here comes a whole pack of wolves to drive him back. But a flag has been thrown in. Thrown in at around the 16-yard line. It's a possible hold on that right side of the Portage O-line. Waiting for the official call. All that fighting for Quarles. And it doesn't look like he would have gained any yardage on that play anyway. It is a holding penalty. The second one we've seen in this game already. Michigan City would still score after Thurman, the running back, called a pass and ran 36 yards. First and 19 for the Indians on the Michigan City 26. 2 receivers to the left, 3 to the right. A naked look. Young feeling the pocket. Collapse around him. He escapes his defender, running down the sidelines, and he'll gain those yards back and then some. It's Desmond Howard, the monster he has been this year for Michigan City, was the one that flushed him out of the pocket. Cody Young moves it up to the 12-yard line. A 14-yard gain. Michigan City is going to need a QB spy to make sure that Cody Young doesn't go anywhere. It's going to be hard considering that they're just lining up everybody out wide. 2nd and 5 from the Michigan City 12. Young on the right hash. Steps up. He's going to throw it towards the end zone, the back corner. It's deflected into the air, and it's intercepted. Make Lawrence. How did he do that? An athletic play. He had an interception last week, and he gets a key interception here. Young steps up, throws it, and that's the old-fashioned tip drill. So Lawrence scores a touchdown, and then he gets an interception inside the red zone. In his final homecoming game. And Lawrence is all over the place. I'm impressed he was able to get a foot in. With that interception occurring in the end zone, Michigan City will start their next drive on the 20 due to it being a touchback. Jeremy Thurman had the explosive play that would set up the touchdown, a 36-yard reception. They really incorporated him into the pass game last week. He had a receiving touchdown. Spread look, 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, ball in the middle of the field. And it's going to be a fake Trent Hart trying to go somewhere, and it's the Portage Indians immediately getting into the backfield. Kamen Raditz got back there pretty quickly. It's a tackle for a loss of 3. Making 2nd and 13 from the 17. That had to be a key for Portage. It's Chesterton. They love to run the ball. They fed Govia 38 times, but the holes really got open in the second half as Govia gashed them at times. It's a pass. Hart going over the middle of the field. It's complete. Stewart getting a convoy in front of him, going down the sidelines across the 40, close to the 45-yard line. They're going to mock him at the 43, a 26-yard gain. And with Portage, they consistently like the blitz. And when Chesterton was having their pass game really work is when they were going over the middle of the field. A lot of drag routes, slant routes, 5-and-in routes, and it's working for Michigan City. Hand off to Thurman to the left side by the Portage bench. He goes forward, and he gets a good chunk, about a 4 or 5 yard gain. That was 1st and 10 from their own 43. Mark them at the 47. It's a 4 yard gain, making it 2nd and 6. And they're going to give the tackle to Ozzy Fuentes. Michigan City already on top of the football. 3 receivers to the left. A play action, throw to the right, and it's caught by Laurent. Laurent had the touchdown. He had the key interception, and now he brings it in and gets another first down for Michigan City. First down is brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialist. 33-yard gain. 2 receivers to the left. Hand off, Thurman up the gut, getting some really good blocking from his line. And he's just short of the first down marker, gain of 8. Mark him at the 22. That play occurred on the 30. 6.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Michigan City not letting Portage breathe right now. Thurman fed the football again, and he got a yard there. He's get to the 20 for another first down, keep those chains moving. Portage got off to a slow start last week against Chesterton due to an interception and a fumble. The Chesterton Trojans were up 12-0 pretty early. And they would cruise on to the win, 37-17. Thurman on the right hip of Hart, and they're going to feed it to McKinney. McKinney stops on a dime. He has a block, going to the outside, got the 10, and he gets swung down. They find any way to get Zaire McKinney in the football, whether it be on screen plays, regular pass plays, or the good old jet sweep, which has really become the calling card of the Michigan City offense this season. It's a 1st and goal as they moved him up a yard. So it's 1st and goal from the 9. 5:45 to go in the first. Michigan City not going to any sort of huddle. They just like to get right on top of the football. Hart wants to throw. He has McKinney wide open to the left. There's a high ball, and McKinney cannot bring it in. Put too much loft on that one and allowed Daniel Storitz to get over there and blow it up. Sort of a similar route we saw on the Trent Hart to Meek Laurent passing touchdown. Put him in the slot, running out, and then work your way up into the corner. Portage defense struggles against the pass game. Oftentimes it looks like they're not really communicating. As Roan, the tight end for Chesterton, was left wide open for a touchdown last week. Handoff. Going to the right is Thurman. Thurman with a good block, trying to get into the end zone, and he stepped out of bounds at the one. It's an 8-yard gain. 3rd and goal. Thurman, some pretty impressive runs. A guy that had no prior stats in the varsity level until this year. The coach, Cody French, couldn't be more pleased from what he's seen from the senior, who had 87 rushing yards last week, 38 receiving yards. Going to the split look. Fields is going to get the direct snap, but the flag is being thrown. And a legal substitution, it appears, is going to be called on the Wolves. And there's the call. Now back him up 5 yards. So make it 3rd and goal from the Portage 6. 6-0 Michigan City. Trent Hart, quarterback. Now an empty look. 2 receivers to his right. Thurman in the slot. This was a similar look they ran against LC that got Thurman open against a linebacker for a touchdown. It's a sweep to Laurent, and Laurent tackled in the backfield. Defender not touched. It's Daniel Warmick, the linebacker. Blew up the play before it even gets started. Michigan State will have to settle on a field goal here. They put it on the 12. This will be a 29-yard attempt. Charlie Burns, 4 for 6 on field goal attempts this year. Last week against Lake Central, he went 3 for 4. No official long provided. Here's his kick. It's spiraling, and it is pure. The operation goes good for Michigan City. They have a 9-0 lead. We will take a quick break here on the Region Sports Network as you're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
Michigan City, they kick it towards their bench, and it is received by Portage, but the coverage was incredible. Nowhere to go for the return man. And Portage will start their drive on the 24. Jordan McClatchy trying to go somewhere. We have a Strachan Van Til scoreboard update for other games going on in the Region Sports Network tonight. Number 8, Chesterton leads 7-0 against Lake Central. Number 2, Maryville, an early lead against Valpo, 7-0. And the Calumet Warriors lead number 5, Wheeler Bearcats, 2-0. It's Calumet getting a safety. A team that had a dominant win last week against Whiting, 59-7. So a bit of a tough one for the Oilers to stomach. And up to Quarles. Quarles going to his right, and he goes down at the 31-yard line, 7-yard gain. 2nd and 3. Fields will be getting the tackle there. Quarles had the big 30-yard plus reception earlier for Portage. They're trying to find any way to get him the football. The 5'10 senior. Portage went right down the field. They were inside the red zone, but then a incredible acrobatic play by Meek Laurent got him the interception. Young, the naked look. 3 receivers to his right, 2 to his left, ball near the right hash. Young wants to throw. Here comes the pressure. He gets through the tackle. Now he's going to take off. He has a first down and more. A good rumble by Cody Young. It's going to take a whole pack of wolves to bring him down today. 9-yard gain up to the Portage 40. That first down is brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialists. 9-0 Michigan City. Scored a touchdown, then just knocked down the field goal. Young wants to throw. Going to his left. Now he's going to run as the pocket collapses. Now he throws over the middle of the field, and it's completed. Now I'll put him in Michigan City territory, but Michigan City is arguing that that ball was dropped. An athletic play for Young to keep the play alive and then find Devin Fadley. Fadley, who had a touchdown catch last week against Chesterton, found the soft spot in the coverage and racks up another Portage first down. Young doing a little everything early. Hand off to Gibbs, and Gibbs pile drived into the ground. Coming up from his spot was Anthony Gibson. 3 tackles last week, 44 on the season. That was a loss of 1. That puts the ball in exactly midfield. Looked like it was shot out of a cannon, really. Michigan City, a defense that plays the safeties up, an extremely aggressive team. That leaves them open for the deep balls, which some teams have been able to take advantage of that. But the defense has so much confidence in their D linemen to put pressure on the quarterback. Young, clean pocket, delivering a throw down the sidelines, incomplete. Try to go back to Jamari Duff. The backup quarterback had a reception earlier. They use him in a lot of different ways. A lot like Taysom Hill for the New Orleans Saints. Use him a quarterback, wide receiver, running back. Even listed as a linebacker, so he can even play defense. And pure athlete. It's now 3rd and 11 from midfield after the incompletion. The clock stopped at 2:22. Portage continuously spreading out the Michigan City defense with their formation. Young sensing the pressure as Gibson came in. He wants to throw. Going down towards the 20, and it falls down into the turf. And this will most likely bring on a punt for the Portage Indians. Gibson came off the edge with the block, and Young had to roll to his right. And even when he threw it downfield, there was still some heavy coverage. Michigan City defense don't need a turnover on this one. They're send back Zaire McKinney to return the punt. Young, the quarterback, is also the punter, and he kicks it away. Short one, and McKinney drops it. McKinney has a fall on top of it, and he was able to. McClatchy was in the area for Portage. They were almost able to scoop that one up and be a costly turnover for Michigan City. But instead, the Wolves will retake the field. Penalties are hurting them at the current moment. They're knocking on the door, their first touchdown, and then there was a 15-yard penalty on Daquan Fields. He was left off the hook when Trin Hart threw a touchdown pass, and then they got called for an illegal substitution on the last drive, had to settle for 3 points. 2:07 to go. Drive will start off at the 22. Let's see if Michigan City goes back to the air here. They will. It's a play action thrown a little bit high. Try to feed it back to Laurent. Zy Parker on the coverage there was called for a pass interference earlier. That's the thing. We have so much speed. And the way that Michigan City has been able to drop schemes and give guys opportunities to run with the football, opposing defenses have to really respect it. So when you go to a fake there, you saw it sucked in the entire linebacking core and put a one-on-one on this right side. Hart being trusted to throw it again, going to his right. He completes it pretty. Oh, no, it's an incomplete pass to Stewart. Stewart had it in his hands, and then it worked its way out. They get 3rd and 10, back-to-back incompletions. And there's a very good chance that Michigan City will go through the air again. 1:58 to go. 9-0 Michigan City. Portage looking for their first win on the year. Michigan City trying to clinch a winning season. They're currently 3rd in the DAC behind Crown Point and Maryville. Most teams are in the DAC. Here comes the blitz, throw over the middle of the field, caught by McKinney. McKinney dragging a defender with them, and he is well short of the first down. That was a 6-yard completion. Warmick grabbed him and made sure that McKinney didn't get ahead of steam. What makes Zaire McKinney so good is even after he catches the ball, he has a 4.65 40. So you need to make a play after the catch and rack up the yak, yards after catch. McKinney currently leading the region in receiving yards with over 600 this year. First punt coming up for Michigan City, and it's away. Getting close to the 50, now rolling. Taking a Portage bounce, and it's scooped up. Alvaro Serrano with the punt. A 23-yard punt there. The best starting spot for Portage offensively. I've not gone to Jordan McClatchy yet, as he was Young's favorite target last week against Chesterton. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. It's a fake. Young going to his left. He is going to run. It's a foot race as they're trying to push him out of bounds, and he'll just run out himself. He went a long way to gain, say, about 4 yards there. Under a minute to go. Cody Young has been running for his life at times. His old line trying to buy him some time, but you have guys like Desmond Howard, Julius Hurd, and Daquan Fields, guys that have racked up so many tackle for losses this year and sacks. It's been pretty hard when you're sitting back there for more than 3 seconds. This Michigan City team has racked up 14 sacks this year and 58 tackle for losses. 2nd and 7 from the Michigan City 49-yard line. With Young going out of bounds, the clock stopped at 53 seconds. It's a pitch to Quarles. Quarles cutting up field on the right hash, and he is slammed down at around the 45-yard line. 4-yard gain. 3rd and 3. And there's about a 4-second difference between the game clock and the play clock. Portage will be forced to snap it one more time to close out the first quarter. And then we'll take a quick break as they'll reset the fields and flip sides. 3rd and 3. Portage would love to close out this first quarter with a first down and some momentum, down at 9. McClatchy in motion. They fake it to him. Young going to his right. He plows through a defender, and he'll fall down for a first down, getting through Tony Fields. Clock stops at 6.2 seconds to reset the chains. But all than likely, that was the final play of the first quarter. They're going to run the clock. Portage is going to head to their sidelines. The same for Michigan City. We'll take a quick break as you're watching Game Night in the region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and that means temperatures will soon begin to drop. And a region winter is not the time to be left out in the cold. The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling can tune up that old furnace or install a new unit that can last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable this winter, and with 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, 219-923-4441. Or for more info, the website is forajobdoneright.com.
Check out IBEW Local 697 electrifying plays from this week's football action. Visit regionsports.com, Facebook/Region Sports Nation, or on Instagram. The electrifying plays presented by IBEW Local 697. IBEW Local 697, the electrical professionals. Angel Mile joining you on the Region Sports Network. We're at Ames Field in Michigan City, and they're going to get a man offsides. Anthony Gibson a little bit too eager there. Making it 1st and 5, and they'll move it to the Michigan City 36. But they want to discuss it first. For me, it certainly looked like Gibson was the man that crossed into the neutral zone before Portage then moved. And that's how the referee saw it too. I was watching the IBEW Local 697 electrifying plays, and both these teams were featured. It's Trent Hart for his 78-yard rushing touchdown. That was a nail in their coffin in their 4th win last week. And then Jordan McClatchy, 83-yard touchdown as he caught it, broke some tackles, and took it all the way to the house. Ball's on the right hash, on the Michigan City 36. Naked look, Young. Quick pass over to his right, quick hitter to McClatchy. McClatchy with a shake and bake, and then 3 Wolves push him out of bounds. He is just short of the first down marker, but the flag being thrown again. A lot of dirty laundry here in this first half. I sort of suspected that. Both these teams are just known for their sloppy play in the opening half. It was thrown near out of bounds, and I wonder if that was possibly on a Portage Indian, and it is. It's going to be a holding call on Jamari Duff. Duff was pleading his case with the referees, and instead of it being a 2nd and short, it'll be 1st and 15. Even wrote that down in my notes. So many penalties. It's Portage. They don't have a bad football team. Actually played pretty respectable against Chesterton last week, but they consistently find ways to shoot themselves in the foot, whether it be penalties or costly turnovers at bad times. They're on the Michigan City 45. Young, all by himself in the backfield. He wants to throw. He goes to his left, and it's intercepted. Buskirk across the 50. He has a convoy. He's across the 30. He has one man to meet. He gets a block, and Buskirk with the pick 6. And a flag being thrown at around the 10. We're awaiting the call here. Did they possibly get a hold over there? If that's the case, you feel bad for the student section here for the Michigan City Wolves. They have some confetti cannons they've been shooting off after every point scored for Michigan City, and they may have just wasted some there. Buskirk still gets the interception. Unfortunately, he won't get the touchdown. So they are going to call a penalty. Back that up one more time. I think every time I've come over to see, it's again towards the end. So we see here Young goes over the midfield. Buskirk, going to be an all-conference player. Took it all the way to the house, but over here by the 10, oh, they got a block in the back. At that point, there was really no need by that block for Michigan City. Didn't quite see the number there. But I know that Buskirk has been giving him an earful for costing him a touchdown here on the sidelines. Ball on the Portage 19 after the turnover. Quick hitter to the left. McKinney gets a block, gets past the defenders, and he will go into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan City. The second week in a row where Zaire McKinney is taking a screen to the house. Quick pass over there. Some really good blocking from the Michigan City receivers to allow a hole for McKinney. He hits it hard, and he gets in for the touchdown. A 19-yard scamper. And it appears that Michigan City is going to be going for two here. Right now they're up 15-0. On their first touchdown, the extra point was missed. Fields in the backfield, the Portage transfer. He'll take it up to the goal line. Was he denied? He was. Daquan Fields pushed back by a few Indians, and it will keep it at a 15-0 score. Take a quick break here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step towards your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
This is a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated. Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. Game night of the Region Sports Network. Thank you for joining us. Andrew Mile from Ames Field in Michigan City, Indiana. The Wolves have a 15-0 lead. Squib kick, taking a couple of bounces, and right into the arms of Quarles. Quarles going to his left. Across the 20, the 25, and he is shoved out of bounds by Tony Fields. 11:29 to go in the first half. And on the last drive, it was Cody Young with his second costly interception. His first one occurred in the end zone on a 1-in-a-million play by Meek Laurent. This time he tried to go over the middle of the field, and Ethan Buskirk should have had an interception. But a block in the back at the 9-yard line pushed it back to the 19. But it was one play and a touchdown for Michigan City. Zaire McKinney, the future Northern Illinois Husky, breaking the plane. And Trent Hart has 2 passing touchdowns. They had 3 last week. They marked the ball at the Portage 30. Michigan City's defense going up against this air raid type offense of Portage. And able to generate a couple of turnovers. Young staying out there. He has Apollo Gibbs on his left hip. McClatchy in motion. They fake it to him and then hand it off to Gibbs. Gibbs going to his right, but Fields drawing him outside, and here come the Wolves. Howard and Smoot crashing down. That was fantastic coverage by Tony Fields to read that. And there is a player injured for Portage here by the Michigan City sideline. As they attend to this player, we will take a short breather as you're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When it comes to your money, you deserve more than just numbers on a page. You deserve someone who sees the full picture. Meet Mark Machnick, one of Northwest Indiana's most trusted accounting professionals. Whether you're running a business, planning for retirement, or just trying to make sense of tax season, Mark Machnick, located in Highland, makes it simple, personal, and believe it or not, painless. Contact Mark and his team today at 219-595-5290. Mark Machnick, CPA.
Life isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet moments that matter the most. Of effort, of a dream taking root. And behind those moments, there's trust. Thank you for trusting Centier Bank with those moments and making us a part of your story. Thank you for the opportunity to earn your trust.
Seven? Okay, they're number 7. We are back, and this scoreboard update is courtesy of your neighborhood Strack and Van Til Food Market. Strack and Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. What we have is the number 8 Chesterton Trojans leading Lake Central 7-0 in a DAC matchup. It's going to be a good one from Valparaiso tonight. Right now, the Vikings have a 1-point lead, 14-13, after Valpo was down 13-0 early. And then number 5 Wheeler leads Calumet 7-2 in the Greater South Shore Conference game. Number 7 Michigan City currently leads this one 15-0. As Apollo Gibbs, who had the carry, was carried over to his sideline on the far side of the field. It was a loss of 1. 2nd and 11 from their 29. The Indians trying to find some answers offensively. Cody Young, the quarterback, already up to 2 interceptions today. He's going to go for the quick throw, and it's caught by McClatchy. McClatchy fighting with Fields, and then he has to have reinforcements come down to push him back. McClatchy, strong kid, brought that one down. Gained about 9 yards there, making it 3rd and 2 after the tackle for a loss by Michigan City. This Michigan City defense, you see just how quickly they can get to the football. They noticed pretty quickly that Jordan McClatchy was not going to go down easily. There's 4 Michigan City Wolves that needed to bring him down. 3rd and 2. This is a must-have-it drive for Portage. You have to feel, considering how Michigan City's offense has started today, scoring in 3 of their first 4 drives. Handoff up the middle to a big man. And that's a first down. That was Hunter Cole, the tight end, getting the carry. Because why not? Cole on the left hip. They just go right up the gut on 3rd and 2 and get a Four Seasons mechanical first down. Up to their home 43. Apollo Gibbs just went out with an injury. And have not seen Alex Hazelton get a carry just yet. Cole staying in the backfield as a running back. They're going to give it to him again. And Cole pushing it up to the 46 for a 3-yard gain. Not every day where you see tight ends getting the football. But it's almost like what Michigan City has done all season long with DeQuan Fields. A big guy that you know is just going to hit his head down and make the defender pay the price for even thinking about tackling him. And Hunter Cole got the first down. He gets 3 yards there. Portage just trying anything right now. Cole now on the right hip of Young. Going for the hard count. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. The ball is on the right hash near midfield. And a flag being thrown by the back judge. And they got him on a delay of game. Usually when I see a delay of game penalty from the referees, when they put their arms out in front on top of each other, he crossed it, forming an X. Costly penalty there for Portage. Drops them back 5 yards, make it 2nd and 12. They're now on their own 41. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They fake it to Cole. Young going over the middle of the field, almost intercepted again. Isaiah Smoot, the junior safety, who already has one interception this year, almost got another one. Yeah, they fake it to Cole. The safety's becoming a big problem for Young. He threw an interception to the Chesterton safety last week. Young's got to stop with these risky throws. That's what's hurting Portage at the current moment. 3rd and 12 from the 41. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Young going to throw downfield. It's intercepted this time. Smoot has it. Smoot across the 50. He cuts it back in, and he's tackled down. 3rd interception by Cody Young. And it looks like a player might be hurt. It looks like it might have been Cody Young, and they're getting him off the field. Smoot, the safety, playing back, played it ever so perfectly, and ran it to the 41. Back-to-back drives ending on an interception thrown by Cody Young, and Smoot with his 2nd INT on the year. The referee's having a conversation. The Michigan City defenders call themselves Strap City, and they're certainly putting the straps on Portage today. And it was interesting kind of looking how Portage plays their offense and Michigan City plays their defense. There was a flag thrown, so that's where the confusion lied in. The flag must have been around the Michigan City huddle that was forming around where Smoot was being tackled. Now this new drive is spotted at the 43-yard line. But Michigan City known for bunching up their defense and playing for the run. Portage known for their pass game. Receiver in motion, handoff, Thurman stopping on a dime, tackle behind, ball is on the ground. It's still on the ground, and it's recovered by Portage. Thurman coughs it up, and the Indians get the ball right back after the interception. See the replay here. Thurman gets it, and he gets hit from behind. He did not see that one coming. A battle for the football. There's 2 white hats in the area, and that was a much-needed turnover for Portage. They were going left. It was a defender coming off the edge from the right side that punched it out. Thurman, pretty sure-handed wide receiver with a costly turnover. Now it's going to be up to the Michigan City defense to make sure that Portage doesn't get on the board. 8:40 to go in the first half. Portage on the Michigan City 40. Receiver in motion. It's a handoff to the left side. Duff will tote the football and move it to the 37-yard line, a 3-yard gain. Gibson with the tackle. This is a prime opportunity for Portage to gain some momentum. And with Gibbs going out with an injury, they may have to turn to Duff in the backfield. Duff staying back there. Look out for that trick play. They're not putting him in motion to the right, spreading out the offense. Quick hitter, right side, caught by McClatchy. McClatchy with the block, and he moves forward just short of the 30, about the 31, 6-yard gain, making it 3rd and short for Portage. Portage was trying to press the ball downfield. That's what led to the interceptions. But they put Duff in motion, a bit of a high throw. McClatchy jumped up, brought it down. Duff with a good block. McClatchy followed his blockers and fell to the 31, to make it 3rd and 1. One receiver to the left, two to the right. Cole lined up just to the right of the right tackle. Receiver in motion, handoff. Hazelton driving his legs. He gets to the 30, and they get that 1 yard they needed for a Four Seasons first down. Portage putting a lot of players in motion. Throw off Michigan City's defense. The first time we've seen Hazelton tote the football today. He was listed as the starting running back, but we saw Apollo Gibbs and tight end Hunter Cole get a carry before him. Hazelton now on the right hip of Young. And they're going to go back to Hazelton. Hazelton blown up in the backfield. Nico Gomez with a tackle for a loss. 3-yard loss. Absolutely quick to get back there. Second and 13. Nearly 6 minutes to go. Duff back in the backfield. Line up to the left of Young. Young going to his left. Now going to his right, going way downfield, and it's incomplete, trying to find McClatchy in the end zone. A risky attempt there by Cody Young. But they got him on an island, one-on-one with Elijah Conley. There's too much on it. 3rd and 13 from the 33. Portage got to start this new drive around the 40 after the fumble from Thurman. You know Thurman, the running back for Michigan City, is watching in anticipation on the bench, hoping his defense can get another stop. Currently pitching a shutout against Portage with 3 interceptions. Quick hitter, right side completed. McClatchy trying to make a man miss. He has a stiff arm. Him and Conley hand fighting down the sidelines, and they throw him out. And he's going to get the first down. An 18-yard gain from the 33 to the 15. The first down is brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialists. McClatchy had a lack of targets in the first quarter, and now Portage trying to find any way to get him the football. You saw right there. It was a short completion, and him and Conley fought down the sidelines, and he got those chains moving. A split back look. Duff going up the middle, following his blocker, Cole. And he'll get a few yards there. Spot him at the 13, 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7. Portage was around this area on their first drive after they had a long hookup. But then Laurent had the interception in the corner of the end zone. Ball on the right hash. Portage walking up to the line. 15-0 Wolves in their homecoming game. Good crowd here from Ames Field. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. 2 guys in the backfield. Cole getting the football, and he is tackled quickly. Zay Gibson and Fitzpatrick drop him for a loss there of a few inches, I would say. Still 3rd and 7 for Portage. The D-line and the front 7 for Michigan City. Stout as they come in the Doolin Athletic Conference. Be tough to get the run game going against them. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Young fakes it. He's going to go to his left corner of the end zone, and it's incomplete. It was a beautiful throw. It was up there for a while as Devin Fadley was there, but 2 Michigan City Wolves in coverage came crashing in on him, making it a contested catch attempt. Smoot and Fields got there in time to break it up. 4th and 7. And Portage going to elect to go for the field goal here. Ryan Scanlon, a 30-yard attempt. He had a 36-yard make last week. The snap, the hold, the kick, and it is perfect. Right through the upright. Scanlon gets Portage on the board. Quick break here on the Region Sports Network. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When it comes to your money, you deserve more than just numbers on a page. You deserve someone who sees the full picture. Meet Mark Machnick, one of Northwest Indiana's most trusted accounting professionals. Whether you're running a business, planning for retirement, or just trying to make sense of tax season, Mark Machnick, located in Highland, makes it simple, personal, and believe it or not, painless. Contact Mark and his team today at 219-595-5290. Mark Machnick, CPA.
Life isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet moments that matter the most. Of effort, of a dream taking root. And behind those moments, there's trust. Thank you for trusting Centier Bank with those moments and making us a part of your story. Thank you for the opportunity to earn your trust.
This is a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated. Quintel Incorporated specializing in the reconditioning, repair, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. 15-3 Michigan City. Andrew Mile joining you on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Kick is away. This will allow McKinney to return it. McKinney had a good return last week. He pulls past some defenders. He crosses the 40 to the 50, and he's slammed down. An explosive return by Zaire McKinney up to the Portage 45. A 53-yard return, I would say, by Zaire McKinney. Zai Parker was the one that threw him out. Michigan City's offense had a turnover on their last drive. Just got the interception by Smoot, and then Thurman coughed up the football. Two receivers to the right, two to the left. Hart gets the snap, looking to his right. He's going to set his feet, throw downfield. He's got a man open, and it's caught. Nick Stewart gets the first down. 11-yard gain up to the 34. But the impressive part here, look at the blocking from Michigan City, allowing Hart all the time in the world to put on a beautiful throw. With Stewart heading towards the sidelines. That's a four-season mechanical first down. Clock stopping at 4:04. 15-3, Wolves. Three receivers to the left. Hart went to his right through left, and it's dropped by McKinney. Michigan City has so many good weapons that they can turn to at any time. Trent Hart, a couple of touchdown passes, building off his great week last week. Drake Collier lined up in the slot. Thurman gets the ball. Thurman spinning off some defenders. He's finally stood up, but he got a good chunk of change there. Spot him at the 29. A 5-yard gain. Make it third and manageable. We make it third and manageable. Michigan City can go to any of their plays. They can go to any of their weapons that they have at their disposal. Laurent to the right of Hart. Fake to Thurman. Going to his left. Hart now throwing over to his right. Trying to go over the middle of the field where Laurent was open. But it's incomplete. They get fourth down. But it looks like this could be four-season mechanical 4-down territory here. Visit them on the web at fourseasonmechanical.com. And why not? Your defense has been phenomenal tonight, getting the 3 turnovers. Portage will start with the football in the second half. Michigan City with 2 timeouts. Portage has all 3. It's 4th and 5. Thurman got the ball. Then he tried to pitch it back to McKinney. Ball is still loose, and it's recovered by Michigan City. It's still going to be Portage football, but because of it going backwards like that, Portage will get to start their drive on the 42. So they went with the reverse play there. Hand off to Thurman, and Thurman tried to pitch it back to McKinney. McKinney couldn't secure the football, and Portage gets a turnover on downs. Indians have to try and go 58 yards for their first touchdown. They're able to get a 30-yard field goal from Scanlon. The receiver to the right. It's a handoff to the left, a counter play, and Michigan City saw it coming. Hazelton, the ball carrier there, gets back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Been an exciting first half. But Portage looking for one of those explosive plays. They had one early. Haven't seen one since then. Young, Hazelton to his right. Ball at the 42. Pass play coming up. Throw to his right a little bit high, and it falls down incomplete. It looks like the receiver might have been shaken up. Jumped up high, and then fell on his back. Devin Fadley had the wind knocked out of him for a moment. Now he's up and walking back toward the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and 10. With that being an incomplete pass, the clock stops. And if you're Michigan City, you might think about using a timeout if you get a stop here. Portage might just attempt to keep the ball on the ground, punt the ball away. See what happens here, though. 3 turnovers already by the Portage offense. They're going to throw. Young setting his feet, delivering a bomb downfield, and it's through the arms of Damone Thomas. That would have been the 4th interception by Cody Young. But instead, it's 4th down. And most likely going to see a punt here. Hard to tell, though, with Cody Young serving as both the quarterback and the punter of the Portage Indians. But this is a punt formation. 2:25 on the clock. Still left in the first half. Michigan City bringing the pressure. They want to try and block this. But Young gets rid of it quickly. It's a spiraling punt to the hands of Thomas. Thomas across the 40, and he goes out of bounds as the referee is going to mark him at the 49. But then Thomas got hit. Some of the Michigan City coaches looked frustrated. They didn't see a call there. But with the pressure coming in, Young kicked the ball away. It was a line drive punt, and Thomas caught it pretty quickly. There was no one back there. Thomas has some good speed, put on the jet burners, and they put him at midfield, exactly the 50. Michigan City, bit of a rough last drive, just looked very sloppy. Ball on the left hash. Michigan City, thanks to that incompletion, didn't have to use a timeout. They have 2 left in the first half. Hart trying to make a play here. Quick pass to the right, and it is batted up into the air, and it falls down incomplete as Ryan McClelland almost got there to pick off the football. That swing pass led to a 36-yard completion earlier, and that time it was read perfectly by Portage. Looked like it could have been Shane Hill. Got his hand on the football for the pass disruption. It's a keeper. Hart going to his left. Stiff arm, and he goes out of bounds. It's Portage defense looking stronger as this game goes along. Looked a bit rough early, allowing some big plays for Michigan City. 3-yard gain. And importantly for Michigan City is that Hart got out of bounds to stop the clock at 2:05. They're going to throw. Hart wants to go deep downfield. Defender falls, and McKinney's wide open, and McKinney will walk into the end zone for the touchdown. A 47-yard hookup. Hart to McKinney. Tell me you've heard that one before. And Hart has his second, or McKinney has his second receiving touchdown. Defender fell right over. McKinney was wide open. Could have drew up a better play. And Michigan City goes up 21-3. Trent Hart with his third touchdown pass matches last week's total. The extra point is good. Tack on one more, and the Wolves lead 22-3. We'll take a 60-second break as you're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the Nika Contractors and Electrical Workers of Local 531.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops.
This is a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated. A knuckler that rolls into the end zone for a touchback. Quintel Incorporated handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. Somehow that kickoff did not go out of bounds. Rolled perfectly up the sideline into the end zone, and Portage will be at the 20-yard line. Cody Young, the quarterback for Portage. Bit of a tough night for him. 3 interceptions. Should have had a fourth. Thomas had to go right through his arms. And Portage wants to take something into the halftime locker room. They're trailing by 19 points. 1:57 left in the first half. The screen, not there. Young scrambling to stay alive. Throw was a bit high and off the hands of the intended receiver, Cole. It almost turned into another interception. Young, known for his legs, hasn't really ran a whole lot here in the second quarter. His throws just off the mark. He does a fantastic job of improvising and keeping plays alive. One of the more athletic quarterbacks you're going to find in the region. But right now, his mechanics are a little off. 3 receivers to the right. They put McClatchy in motion. They'll hand it off to McClatchy on a jet sweep. He gets a good block, gets close to the first down marker, and he got it. Forcing the mechanical first down. Say he went out at the 30-yard line. 1:43 left in the quarter. McClatchy got out of bounds to stop the clock. Portage has all 3 timeouts at their disposal in this first half. They'll start off with the football in the second half. So a score here would be huge for the Indians. Young in a shotgun by himself. Quick throw to McClatchy. McClatchy going to his right. Can't get a block there as Fields with the tackle. And then Michigan City, who has 2 timeouts, will burn one of them. So we'll stay right here. Recount this first half thus far. Michigan City doing a little bit of everything today. The special teams has had some really good returns to set up the offense, but their defense forcing 3 interceptions. And Trent Hart, building off what he did last week, he's already up to 3 passing touchdowns. 1 to Laurent, and Laurent had the touchdown and then an interception inside the red zone where he tipped it up to himself and then caught it while keeping his foot in bounds inside the end zone. Burns able to nail a field goal. And then Zaire McKinney, 2 receiving touchdowns. 1 on a screen where he went 19 yards, and he just scored a 47-yard touchdown as he was wide open. Looked like a miscommunication by Portage. A defender fell over, and Trent Hart to Zaire McKinney. A combination that will be in the mind of Michigan City fans for years to come. But the Portage Indians, they knew it was going to be a tough game. Homecoming for Michigan City. Good crowd. A really good football team on the other side of the field. It was going to be a battle. They're staying in it. Looking determined to climb back out of this hole they're currently in, down 22-3. 2nd and 11 after the good tackle by Tony Fields. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Ball on the right hash. Receiver in motion. It's a fake to Duff. Young taking off, going towards the sideline, dumps it and throws it out of bounds. At that point there, if you're Cody Young, you might as well just slide. Get back to the line of scrimmage and slide and keep that clock running and force Michigan City to take their last timeout, but instead, that incomplete pass has stopped the clock at 1:28. Michigan City will drop one of their linemen out and add another corner for a nickel look here. 3rd and 11, 1:28 to go. Portage on their own 29. Big play right here. They're just going to give it to Cole. And Cole gets tripped up, and French will use his final timeout. Stay right here on the Region Sports Network. Don't forget that we'll have the halftime show, and with it being homecoming for Michigan City, it will be a bit of a prolonged halftime, but we'll give you a Strachan Van Til scoreboard update once we get all the scores across the region tonight. We also have a commissioner's corner that you'll hear. And stay with Region Sports after the game as we send it back to the Centier Bank studio. RSN will recap all of tonight's action from around the region, all from the Centier Bank studio. Right now, a 4-game slate going on tonight. Wheeler trailing 10-7 against Calumet. Did the Calumet game last week, and the Warriors, fantastic football team. Really good defense and a really good running back in Bryce Brandon. He ran all over the place. Chesterton leads Lake Central 7-0. That's a tight one. And then Maryville and Valpo, a high-scoring game. They're at halftime, 27-21, 48 points between the number 2 Pirates and the Valparaiso Vikings. 4th and 6 coming back from the timeout. Thank you for joining us on the Region Sports Network. The kick from Young, end over end. Takes a hop. Thomas lets it go past him, and he has to field it back at around the 20. He's trying to get past about 4 Portage Indians, and he'll move it up to the 25. A good punt by Young. Got the right English on it. Rolled away like a bowling ball from Damone Thomas. And Thomas, by the time he scooped up the ball, his momentum was not going in the right direction. Good coverage by Portage. And Michigan City scored on their last drive at 47-yard touchdown. An offense not afraid to take the lid off and go downfield. This is one more of the balanced teams you're going to find in high school football. Come in similar numbers in their passing and rushing yards category. And it helps when you have an athlete in the backfield and Trent Hart. 3 passing touchdowns, 2 of them to Zaire McKinney. His first one to Meek Laurent. Receiver in motion. They'll hand it off. Laurent breaks a couple of arm tackles and gets swung down at the 30 for a 5-yard gain. Clock's still running, though. Michigan City does not have any timeouts to stop this clock. But anytime Michigan City gets a first down, they'll have to stop the clock to reset the chains. Hart looking to his left. Quick flag flying in. It looks like it could be holding. It's a completed pass to Dre Collier. We will stop play to see what that call is. That completion will only get Michigan City back to the line of scrimmage. Actually, they're going to give him a yard. But it may not matter here. They're going to call an illegal shift. I'll put Michigan City right back where the drive started. It's a 5-yard penalty. The clock at 41 seconds. Once they blow this whistle, the clock will start again. They're going through the air. Hart stepping up. Hart going to his right. There's a ball thrown behind Collier, and it is incomplete. Good coverage by DiCaprio Miles. And a Portage defender is hurt. Currently in midfield, grabbing at his right leg. That's Daniel Stortz. Had a good pass deflection earlier. As they attend to Stortz, we will step aside here as you're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep, skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowd Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
You're watching the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. 3rd and 10 from the 25. Michigan City currently possessing the football. Portage is all 3 timeouts. And if this is a situation where the clock can keep running, Portage might contemplate burning a timeout and seeing if they can make a play to close out the first half. Hart throwing, and it's nearly intercepted. A bad throw, trying to feed Nick Stewart, but the ball was behind him. And Portage gets the stop that they were looking for. Antonio Yates almost had the INT, but a good play by the sophomore free safety. 28.9 seconds, and Portage is going to use one of those timeouts. We'll take a 30-second timeout with them. You're watching Game Night in the region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowd Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
He's still playing them. We are back here. The punt coming up for Michigan City after the Portage timeout. We're here at Ames Field, homecoming for the Wolves. A lot to cheer about in the first half. 3 interceptions, 3 passing touchdowns for Michigan City. But Portage will get good field position here, about midfield. There comes the punt. Bit of a high snap. Line drive punt. Good coverage coming up for Portage. It takes a roll, and what an impressive punt by Alvaro Serrano. He averages around 32 yards per punt. That pins back Portage. They're saying that it was touched at the 31. Portage has 2 timeouts left. 17.8 seconds. They need to go 69 yards for the score. Don't forget, we have the Region Sports Network halftime show. Scores from around the region, a commissioner's corner. And we'll recap the first half and get you ready for the second half. Portage walking up to the football. It's Young and Duff. QB1 and QB2 in the backfield, but Duff being lined up as a running back tonight. Young wants to throw, goes to his left, a high throw. It's brought in. The Michigan City more than happy to allow Portage to get that underneath stuff. The quick hitter to the left gets him about 9 yards. That was DeMarcus Jenkins who made the catch. And Portage called a timeout as the clock ran out, but now they're going to have to sort this out and reset it. It's 2 zeros up on the board, and now there's just massive confusion. You can see it from the fans, the coaches, the players. Right now they have 1 second added up onto the board. 22-3 Michigan City. The Wolves capitalizing on the miscues from Cody Young. 3 interceptions, one of them from Ethan Buzzkirk. Isaiah Smoot went up and got one. And then Meek Laurent with his phenomenal play. If Portage wants to get back in it, they're going to need Young to play some cleaner football. Because the plays oftentimes look good, getting guys open. And if he puts the ball in the right spot, there's a good chance of turning into chunk plays for the Indians. But the throws it a little bit off the mark. And this is a game of inches, that is football. Michigan City just dropping back in the coverage, reading his eyes, and getting to the football. As they've rallied around it all night long. Last play of the first half coming up right here. Young going to his right. It's batted down. Looked like it was Gibson that jumped up and knocked it down. And that's how the first half will end. Michigan City with pure domination in all 3 levels. They'll take a 22-3 lead into the halftime locker room. We'll be back for a Commissioner's Corner and for the Region Sports Network halftime show. So don't go anywhere. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region's schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome back, everyone, to our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. And Commissioner, thanks for taking time to join us. Appreciate it. Man, what a busy time of year. Golf championships coming up at Prairie View. Soccer starts on Monday. Volleyball pairing show on Sunday. And week number 7 of high school football. What a busy weekend for everyone.
Yeah, it's really been a great fall, Coach. And, you know, it's things are coming. And, it's fun to get out and watch these student athletes. They've been obviously started way back in the summer.
Right.
Developing their skill set with their coaches. And, this is a time of year where you hope all that extra work pays off a little bit. And, it's really exciting. And, the golf tournament this weekend is going to be, I have a feeling it's going to be a record setter. We've already had some tournament records set on the way through the sectional round and the way to get to the state finals. But, and another thing that we kick off this weekend is our unified flag football. And that starts across the state this weekend. And, that's an incredible program that we have where, we have traditional student athletes pair with other teammates from their school that have an intellectual disability, and they compete together as one. And it's really a phenomenal program, and we'll be celebrating the state championship in that sport here real soon.
I think the phenomenal part about unified flag football going back is it was a student-driven initiative. They took it upon themselves to begin the process to get this recognized as an IHSA sport, and it was a groundswell of support amongst kids around the state of Indiana to do this, which I think I admire their resolve and their perseverance and how they went about making this happen.
Yeah, they did a phenomenal job, and I was around when that originally got started, and it was and Commissioner Cox at the time challenged students to bring something to the table that they could do with our student advisory committee, 19 kids from around the state, and this is what they came up with. And what's cool, it's become a national model. There's many states that have developed a unified program over the years now, and we continually see growth, and again, it's great. And everybody says, the one thing it does, it changes the culture of your schools, and it allows students that didn't get to eat at the so-called cool kids table during lunch, and now they're all together, and it's just been a phenomenal addition to the sport offerings that we have.
All right, week 7 of high school football, and then on the 12th of October, the pairing show for the upcoming state championship. I can't believe we're at that point of the year.
It is. It's here, and let's go. That's kind of the theme. Let's go. It's going to be. First of all, I look forward to the pairing show. It's an opportunity to learn some things about high school football with our talented team of experts. And you're certainly the lead of that, coach. And and again, it's fun to celebrate the students, the athlete successes. And there's not a pairing show for the AAU tournament coming up, and there's not a pairing show for a lot of other things.
Right.
But there is for high school athletics that are education based, and we want to make sure we protect this along the way.
He's the commissioner of the IHSAA. It's Paul Neidig. Our weekly conversation about all things IHSAA related. We always remind you, go out, buy a ticket. I remind you to buy 2 instead of 1. Make your contribution on a daily and weekly basis to help fund our athletic programs for our student athletes around the state. Commissioner, have a great weekend. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you, Coach. I look forward to our weekly conversations.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep, skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strackandvantail.com or download our app today.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowd Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region's schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Welcome back to the Region Sports Network. It is halftime from Ames Field in Michigan City, Indiana, as they are announcing the homecoming king and queen. As they do that, we're going to provide you a Strack and Van Til scoreboard update. This scoreboard update is courtesy of your neighborhood Strack and Van Til Food Market. Strack and Van Til. Shop online for delivery or curbside pickup at strackandvantil.com. The number 3 in Drain 59ers are already gotten the win today. They won 35-7 over the Angola Hornets. River Forest and Bishop Knoll in a low-scoring affair, 15-6 at the half. Calumet and Wheeler, the current game being broadcasted on the Region Sports Network. Calumet currently leading Wheeler 10-7. That game going on at Wheeler High School. The Morton Governors, my goodness, taking it to Hammond Central, is 56-0 at the half. They have a running clock to start off the second half. Munster up 3 touchdowns on Highland, 21-0 in the second quarter. Hobart leading Hanover Central, a close one, 13-9. Chesterton and Lake Central, low-scoring affair already in the third quarter, 7-6. Number 8 Trojans lead. Crown Point, the number 1 team in the Ennigenberg rankings on the Region Sports Network, lead 35-0 against LaPorte, trying to keep our incredible regular season winning streak alive for another game. Lowell, who's ranked number 4, blowing out Kankakee Valley 41-0. Possibly the game of the night going on at Valparaiso. Maryville Pirates lead the Vikings 27-21. And then the final score is Griffith and Westside 42-6 at the half. The scorer in this game is the number 7 Michigan City Wolves 22 and the Portage Indians 3. Follow all of tonight's Region football scores live on the Hometown Scoreboard, streaming on youtube.com/Region Sports, facebook.com/Region Sports, and regionsports.com, courtesy of your neighborhood Strack and Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. We'll take a break and come right back to talk about the first half and get you ready for the second half from Ames Field in Michigan City, Indiana. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and that means temperatures will soon begin to drop. And a region winter is not the time to be left out in the cold. The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling can tune up that old furnace or install a new unit that can last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable this winter, and with 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, 219-923-4441. Or for more info, the website is forajobdoneright.com.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
When it comes to your money, you deserve more than just numbers on a page. You deserve someone who sees the full picture. Meet Mark Machnick, one of Northwest Indiana's most trusted accounting professionals. Whether you're running a business, planning for retirement, or just trying to make sense of tax season, Mark Machnick, located in Highland, makes it simple, personal, and believe it or not, painless. Contact Mark and his team today at 219-595-5290. Mark Machnick, CPA.
Life isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet moments that matter the most. Of effort, of a dream taking root. And behind those moments, there's trust. Thank you for trusting Centier Bank with those moments and making us a part of your story. Thank you for the opportunity to earn your trust.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops.
Welcome back to the Region Sports Network. It is currently halftime at Ames Field in Michigan City, Indiana. It's their homecoming game for the Wolves, and they lead 22-3. Be sure to stay connected with all things Region Sports by supporting and following us on social media. Or he's active on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, and online at regionsports.com. Celebrating over 25 years, we're proud to still be the only game in town. One part, and always consistent with the Region Sports Network, is the post-game awards. And the most popular one, I would say, is the Crown Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Crown Companies have offices open from 9 to 7, Monday through Friday, and Saturday till 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. And right now, I think Zaire McKinney would put up a really good battle for that one. You could also possibly give it to Trent Hart, or maybe even Meek Laurent, who had a 16-yard touchdown reception for the first points of the game and had an interception in the end zone to deny Portage getting on the board. And then you have the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. Boilermakers Local 374 Earn While You Learn with Boilermakers Local 374. And the Proud to Be Union Play of the Game presented by Ironworkers Local 395. Ironworkers Local 395. To find out how you become a union iron worker, visit ironworkers395.com. And for me, it has to be that Meek Laurent interception. Came at such a big time, and it deterred Portage from getting any sort of points, and then Michigan City would respond. Let's recap how that first half would go. As Thurman on a 2nd and 19 brought in a swing pass and ran it 36 yards for a first down. And that's when Trent Hart would float one to the back quarter of the end zone, and Laurent would bring in the beautiful pass to get Michigan City on the board. The extra point would be blocked. Burns would make up for it by nailing a 29-yard field goal to make it 9-0. Ethan Buskirk would also get an interception like Laurent, and then the same for Smoot, the safeties. 3 interceptions by 3 different Michigan City defenders. And one of those interceptions, the one from Buskirk, would set up McKinney for a 19-yard touchdown on a screen play. Some great blocking downfield by the wide receivers of Michigan City. And then it would be Hart finding McKinney one more time. This time it was a bomb for 47 yards. A Thurman fumble will get Portage in good field position. They'd move it up to the 13th and then settle for the Ryan Scanlon field goal. They get them on the board. That's how we get to 22-3. If you're Michigan City, you couldn't be more ecstatic at how that first half would have went. Trin Hart, quarterback you've been relying on, who's another second-year starter for him, a senior. He got off to a rough start at times. Oftentimes it led to him being a little bit reckless with the football, with interceptions and fumbles. But he hasn't turned the ball over the last couple of weeks, and he has been pretty precise with the football, especially when he's throwing it to Zaire McKinney, who's now up to 2 touchdowns on the night and 6 touchdowns in the season. He already leads the region in receiving yards. But all 3 levels for Michigan City, their offense was clicking, started to slow down a little bit to close out that first half, a bit sloppy. Their defense forcing the turnovers against Cody Young, the quarterback of Portage. And then their special teams had a couple of returns to set up the offense. If you're Portage, though, you are just frustrated. I mean, you're coming in, you are 0-6 on the season, and you knew it was going to be a tough game, but last week against Chesterton, at least you saw some positives, especially with Cody Young running the football. Their defense was able to create some havoc and push back Govia, the running back of the Trojans, but it doesn't really feel like they've been able to control the trenches, what's led to Michigan City allowing Trin Hart to stand in the pocket, put some good throws downfield, and then some pretty good runs that we've seen. But Portage, time and time again, has found different ways to shoot themselves in the foot, whether it be a penalty, a turnover, or just a mental mistake. Either way, if Portage doesn't clean it up in the second half, they're going to walk away with yet another loss. And when you look at the history of the Portage Indians football program, it's a proud history. From 1950 to 2022, they had just 2 winless seasons. Their first one in 1950 and then in 1965. They're in danger of having their second in the last 3 years. They went 0-10 in 2023. And their schedule does not get any better from here. They have Valpo at home next week. Valpo is currently in the barn burner with Maryville. You can check that game up here on the Region Sports Network. And then they have to finish up the year against LaPorte. For Michigan City, their schedule will be against LaPorte next week on the road. Then going to close out against Crown Point. So for Michigan City, they have to view these 2 games as a bit of preparingness for Crown Point, Portage, and LaPorte towards the basement of the DAC. Crown Point has not lost a regular season game in a few years and trying to get back to semi-state. The game they won a few years ago and they lost last year. And Michigan City can go to Crown Point and put up a good fight or to get them prepared for postseason play as they'll try and win a sectional championship, a tough one that includes Chesterton, a team that they beat earlier this season. Both teams are starting to slowly come out of the halftime locker rooms, and they added 3 minutes. We'll take about a 90-second break, and then we'll come back to wrap up the halftime show and get you ready for the second half. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and that means temperatures will soon begin to drop. And a region winter is not the time to be left out in the cold. The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling can tune up that old furnace or install a new unit that can last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable this winter, and with 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, 219-923-4441. Or for more info, the website is forajobdoneright.com.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
We're back for the last 90 seconds of halftime. Angel Mild on the Region Sports Network. Happy Friday, everyone. Getting ready for the weekend. And after tonight, only 2 weeks left in the regular season. And one of our favorite things to say, playoff football coming up very close on the Region Sports Network. But right now, the Michigan City Wolves are looking to win a home game here against the Portage Indians. And if Michigan City can hold on to their 19-point lead, they'll clinch their second winning season in the last 3 years. For the Portage Indians, it's certainly been a program that a lot of fans in this part of the state have looked at, as there's a lot of drama going into summer camp when Rory Richards, 2 years as head coach of Portage, was suddenly let go after going 4-16 in those 2 years, and really split the fan base for the Indians. Some fans liked the decision, others didn't. Either way, Richards would not be on the sideline for the Portage Indians when the season started. So they went out and got former Wheeler head coach Tony Klimchak, who was there from 2012 to 2016. He was a two-time Greater South Shore Conference champion, and he went 34-19 with the Bearcats. That's a pretty good record, and he's very credited for bringing the spread offense to the region, and we're seeing him implement the spread offense with the Portage Indians. But it's just because of Richard being fired in May, it still allowed Portage players to hit the transfer and go somewhere else. Taquan Fields, who's now playing for Michigan City, was with Portage last year, and we saw a few of them last week when the Region Sports Network covered the Calumet New Tech football game against Whiting. So there were some good pieces that were wearing the red and white that are certainly not here. And it's led to a very inconsistent season for Portage. They come in at 0-6, 0-4 in conference play, and they've been outscored by 107 points in those 4 conference games. And they're on the wrong side of a 22-3 contest entering this third quarter. And we'll see if Cody Young and the Portage team can turn it around in time to spoil his homecoming game for Michigan City. For City, you weren't sure what type of team you were getting. You had a winning season a few years ago. Last year, they only won 3 games. But with Zaire McKinney having a great year and Trenton Hart turning into the quarterback they thought he was going to be, and the sudden resurgence of Jeremy Thurman in the backfield, Michigan City has turned into a really exciting football team all the way around. And you can tell by the traffic getting here to Ames Field and the population sitting in front of us up here in the press box, the Wolves are creating the store in Michigan City once again. As the ball is teed up after the long halftime show. Thank you for sticking with us through it. We knew it was going to be long. And now we can get back to football. Still a gorgeous night as the sun is set. It's 71 degrees as summer decided to take another lap around here in Northwest Indiana. Here comes the kick for Michigan City. Harrison back to return. This is a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated. The kick, and they're going to return it from the 10. And they wrapped them up at the 22-yard line, a 12-yard return. So here we go. If you're a Portage fan, you had to be pretty frustrated in some of the turnovers. One of which should have been a pick six by Ethan Buskirk, the leading tackler in the region, but a block in the back would call it back, and then one play from scrimmage, and Michigan State was in the end zone again. Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. Cody Young in the backfield will hand it off to McClatchy. McClatchy going to the wide side of the field. And good coverage by Michigan City to limit him to a 2-yard gain. Make it 2nd and 8 from their own 24. Portage is able to capitalize on a Thurman fumble, then nail the field goal to get them up on the board. The only points that were scored in the first half by the Portage Indians. You know, it had to be a note for Michigan City, knowing that Young would put the ball in harm's way, and he certainly did a good amount of times in the first half. Hand off to the tight end, Hunter Cole, who reaches out, and he'll get a Four Seasons Mechanical first down. Drove the legs and got 9 yards. They stop him at the 33. Hunter Cole, who had a great catch last week on a 3rd and 15 for a first down against the Trojans, has been handed the football a few times in this game. And the referees blowing this play dead as they want Hunter Cole, who was shaking out some pain in one of his hands. The referee saying, you got to go back to the sideline. The quick substitution as Alex Hazelson springs off the Portage bench on the far side of the field. Ball's on the left hash, 1st and 10 from the 33. They triggered the play. Quick throw to the left. It's completed, and the receiver had a knee on the ground, so I hope he stopped right there. Just looking for some nice, easy completions for Young to get some confidence back up. Need to do that after you throw 3 interceptions in one half. DeMarcus Jenkins gets the 6-yard catch. 2nd and 4 from the 39. Just a quick comeback route. Timing play is Young. Waited for Jenkins to put his foot in the ground, turn back, and the ball was already there. Quick pass over the middle is batted up. Daquan Fields, the former Portage Indian, gets his hand on it, making a 3rd down, stopping the clock at 10:35. Yeah, just a fake, and then tried to throw it to Cole, who popped out from that right side. He was open. It would have been a first down, but Daquan Fields using that wingspan to his advantage, looking like J.J. Watt when he was playing for the Houston Texans, or what Mason Crosby was doing to the Bears just last Sunday. 2 receivers to the right on a 3rd and 4 from their own 39. Here comes the pressure from Michigan 3, and it's completed to Cole over the middle of the field. Cole driving his legs, and his helmet pops off, so he'll have to sit out a play before he sees the mechanical. First down. Saw the blitz coming, and Young, with a good read there, knew exactly where to go with the football. Find the security blanket. That is Hunter Cole, the 6'1 senior, as they mark him on the other side of the 50. 12-yard gain. Hunter Cole just relentless once he gets the football. Not an easy man to bring down. Split back look. Young will give it to Duff. Duff going to his left. He had a block, spun off a guy, and in a pile of human beings, he gets driven back. 2-yard gain. They're on the Michigan City 47. Portage just looking to sustain a drive here. They would love for it to end in points. But for them to get in it, they're going to need some explosive plays. And outside of the 30-yard hookup we saw earlier between Young and Quarles, hasn't been really a big play by Portage. Ball on the left hash, 2 receivers to the right on the 47. It is 2nd and 8, and a timeout will be burned. We'll take a 30-second break. You're tuning in to the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
We are back from the timeout. This is the Region Sports Network. Andrew Mild happily joining you from Ames Field. The 2nd and 8 coming up from the 47 as Coach Klimchak had to burn a timeout. Didn't like how long it was taking for Portage to get on the football. They're taking a timeout so early, down 19 points. We'll see if that comes back to bite them later in the game. But for right now, Portage looking for a big play. McClatchy in motion, and McClatchy is going to be tackled in the backfield. Snowed under. It's Thomas, the cornerback. Read it, got off his blocker, slowed him down, and then allowed the pack of Wolves to come feasting in the backfield. 4-yard loss. And that puts Portage on their own 49. They're on the other side of the 50 now. No longer in plus territory. See if they go back to Hunter Cole, the tight end. Been trying to get him the ball a lot more. Hit a 12-yard reception on 3rd down earlier. They're going to get Young out of the pocket. It's completed to Duff. Duff falls forward, and he was tackled immediately by Tony Fields. Six-yard gain to make it 4th and 6. You already know how good the Michigan City D-line is, and Michigan City not afraid to send the blitz, especially on 3rd and long. So Klimchak electing to get Young out of the pocket, buy him some time, and allow him to find Duff. But the ball's on the right hash. On the 45, they need to get to the 39. Throw to the right side. It is completed. It's a fight, and Michigan City's going to have a turnover on downs. McClatchy caught the ball. He made an explosive play earlier. And that time, Michigan City was able to swarm to the football before he can get to the chain. And Portage ran about 4 minutes off the clock on that drive, and they get no points. And we've seen that a lot from Michigan City's defense, bending but not breaking. And that's been the impressive part. It's going to be a tough task for them going up against this air raid offense by Portage. There's times last week where Michigan City's secondary has been in disarray against LC's passing game. But today, Michigan City's defense passing the test in flying colors. The referee's having a conversation. Michigan City's offense already out there, same for Portage's defense. Ball spotted at the City 41. Trin Hart, Crown Company's Lantern Man, superhero of the game last week. 3rd passing in the region behind Michael Hill of Maryville and Kellen Hosick of Valpo has 3 passing touchdowns tonight. Fake to Thurman, throw to McKinney, and McKinney's in a foot race. He is gone. Touchdown Wolves. 59 yards. And it's a hat trick for Zaire McKinney. Look at this speed. This is why he's a 3-star recruit. A slant route. He catches it. No one there to stop him. And Michigan City goes up 28-3. And Trin Hart has 4 passing touchdowns. Burns out there for the extra point. The operation is clean. 29-3, Michigan City. A lot to celebrate on their homecoming game. We'll take a 30-second break. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep, skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
We are back as we get ready for the Quintel kickoff. 59-yard passing touchdown between Trin Hart and Zaire McKinney. McKinney now well over 100 receiving yards tonight. He had a 47-yard touchdown earlier. Michigan City kicking the ball back to Portage. This is a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated. Quintel Incorporated handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994, and they're getting their money's worth with Michigan City's explosive offense tonight. Kick is away. It's a rolling kick, and Portage looking to return it, and that is a tough return by Hazelton, but Hazelton gets hit extremely hard. Michigan City laying down the lumber. Keith Gasket, the D lineman, moving down the field, looking to punish someone. 29-3, Michigan City. And this is the most crucial drive of the game, you have to think, for Portage here. Need something to go their way. They're able to run 4 minutes off, but then their offense stalled out. Young going to his right, looking for somewhere to go, and he finds Cole. Cole making a really good case for the blue-collar player of the game. He's done everything offensively. That will be a 7-yard gain up to the 40. Made some big receptions, and he's handed the football off a few times and ran with it. Certainly a player to watch out next week if you're Valparaiso. Duff given the ball, and it's a tackle by Gibson, one of the senior captains for this Michigan City squad. No gain on the play. 3rd and 3 with 6:47 to go in the third quarter. Portage puts their hats on their pass game. Today really haven't seen the pass game get into a rhythm. And this is a passing down. Looks like maybe a bit of a miscommunication here. Duff is going to line up as a tight end. And Cole, the tight end, is going to line up as a running back. It's a fake to McClatchy. Young will run it up the middle, and he'll get the Four Seasons Mechanical first down. For Cody Young, his best trait is his running ability. And oftentimes you'll see Portage draw him up some running plays, but haven't seen too many designed Cody Young rushing plays, and he's in a bit of pain as he's humbling back to his sideline. It looks like he's going to sit this one out, and Duff, who's the backup quarterback, who has ran the ball and even caught it, will now step in as the QB. And he was just lined up as the tight end. He's playing numerous different positions. The Swiss Army knife. They're going to let him run with the football, and here comes Michigan City. Buzzkirk will get the tackle for a loss. Silas Branford, the D lineman, got into the backfield and forced Duff to extend it outside. And once he did that, Buzzkirk looked like a freight train coming down, making it a 2-yard loss, 2nd and 12. Buzzkirk with the interception earlier. I want to talk about a good fundamental linebacker. You got to watch Easton Buzzkirk, who's a junior, just a junior. And he'll be an all-conference player. Duff with an RPO competed to Hunter Cole. Cole with a head of steam going forward, and he will get to the 47. Got 11 yards there. It's 3rd and 1. Need a 10-yard reception. Find Hunter Cole. You saw the RPO there. What I meant by that is that Duff held on for the football and was reading the linebacker on that side. And once he noticed that Cole was going to be open, got rid of it quickly. Cole caught it in stride, got some momentum behind him. Become a very hard man to tackle down when that's the case. It's a run for Duff, and he's tackled for a loss of 1. And a flag being thrown in. This was after the play. Buskirk with another TFL in this drive. It may not matter depending on who this is on. This is after the play. If it's on Portage, it'll be 4th and 17. It's on Michigan City. It'll be a first down. And they're going to call on Portage. And they're also going to call on Michigan City, so it's offsetting. So the ball will just stay where it was spotted. It's a bit chippy between these two rivals. Quan Fields was called for one earlier. The Portage transferred to Michigan City as he ran with the football, and then the referee threw it on him. Fields, a D lineman by trade, did run for over 200 yards last year in the game for Portage against Hammond Central. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. This is Forsyth Mechanical 4-down territory. Receiver coming over the middle. And Young going to his right is tipped up into the air, nearly intercepted, but will fall down. It's a turnover on downs. Tony Fields batted it away. Michigan City gets the ball back. Smoot and Fields, they've been all over the place, playing some excellent secondary coverage. And Michigan City could put the nail in the coffin right here. Already up 26 points, 4:13 left in the third quarter. Hart connected with McKinney for a 59-yard touchdown. One play from scrimmage. And McKinney is lined up here on this near sideline. Hart will give it to Thurman, and Thurman was grabbed by his face mask, and the referee is going to throw the flag. They caught it, and that's extremely unfortunate for Portage. They had 3 white hats in the backfield by the time Thurman got the football. Ryan McClellan grabbed the face mask, and that'll be a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down for Michigan City. That'll put them in Portage territory. Now on the Portage 49. Hart dropping back, looking to his left. He has pressure. Looks like it was a design screenplay. He completes it to McKinney. McKinney going to his right. He gets it off an arm tackler, and he couldn't slip out of that last one. He went about a good 15 yards, and I believe they lost one there, and they did. As they were waiting for this screen to develop and get the convoy out in front for Zaire McKinney. Trent Hart had to throw it off his back foot with the pressure getting back there pretty quickly. Right into his face. And McKinney, he's a guy that once he gets that football, he becomes a very dangerous weapon. Hart dropping back, looking his right. He wants to push it downfield, and it's completed, and Laurent will go into the end zone. 5 passing touchdowns for Trent Hart. Laurent finds the end zone for the second time. He ran a go route. Perfect pass by Trin Hart. And a 52-yard touchdown. They call a hold on the defense. That won't much matter. At that point, you don't even ask the head coach if they want to accept or decline that penalty. 2 passing touchdowns for Trin Hart in this half. One 59-yarder, a second a 52-yarder. 111 yards on 2 different completions. And Michigan City now up 35-3. They're getting closer and closer to clinching that winning season. The point after goes through the uprights. It's now 36-3. Wolves are howling here at home at Ames Field. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step towards your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright the right way to buy and sell real estate.
Kick is away as it hops, and it will go out of bounds. That'll be a flag on Michigan City. That was a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, specializing in the reconditioning, repair, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. What a game it's been for Meek Laurent, the unsung hero, really, of Michigan City. With so much focus going on, Zaire McKinney, with McKinney having 3 receiving touchdowns. They moved the safety over to the side, this near side, and that allowed Meek Laurent to have a one-on-one coverage. He beat his guy, burned him, and Trin Hart found him for a 52-yard touchdown. Laurent 2 receiving touchdowns and an interception in the end zone. Maybe he'll win the Crown Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Only one way to find out. Stick with us at the post-game show. Cody Young got up on the line of scrimmage, and they had to run over to get the play from his head coach. Still with 11 seconds to go in the play clock. Here comes the pressure. It's a handoff to the right side, and Hazelton moves it forward to the 41 for a 6-yard gain. This drive starting at the 35 after the ball rolled out of bounds. Alex Hazelton, stout, power back, not afraid of contact. Didn't get a whole lot of carries in the first half. Didn't come about midway through the second quarter when we first saw Hazelton come off the Portage bench. 17, Apollo Gibbs, the junior running back, come back into the game. He limped off with an injury earlier on. It's a throw downfield. McClatchin reaching out, and it's outside of his reach. McClatchy, correction. Excellent coverage by Michigan City. Thomas sticking with them. 3rd and 4 from the 41. Michigan City's offense coming out in the second half and firing in all cylinders. We said that in the pregame show, is that Michigan City's offense jumps out by 6 points compared to the first half to the second half. They're very known as a second half team, and it's showing here. Buskirk showing blitz. Here he comes. It's picked up beautifully by the Portage line as they flip to the left side. Short pass, and it is completed. Alex Hazelton moving back, finding that football, and getting a Four Seasons first down. That's a 26-yard hookup. Not an easy throw by any means, with Young going to his right and then going back to his left and able to drop it in. An acrobatic catch by Hazelton. And that was a play that Portage had been looking for a while. Cole, the tight end, going forward like a freight train, keeping those legs churning. The big man in front keeping him up, and he finally goes down. Fitzpatrick brought him down. They're across the 30, and it looks like we might be seeing a cramp here. And it's Cole that's on the ground. As they attend to Cole, we will step aside. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region's schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
They are attending to Hunter Cole, currently laying down at the 30-yard line. It is a humid night from Michigan City. Not too much really airflow to talk about. We can feel it up here in the press box. And Cole, he ran with the football, kept the legs churning, and his big guys out in front was able to keep them up for as long as they could. For a 6-yard gain, it can be 2nd and 4 as Cole, the big guy, finally up on his feet. Going to require some pickle juice to get that cramping out, which doesn't sound too enjoyable. But any way to get Cole out on the field again. He has been a main source of offense for the Portage Indians tonight. 2nd and 4. Clock stopped at 1:49. Michigan City has outscored Portage 14-0 in this third quarter. 59-yard touchdown pass to McKinney, and the 52-yard hookup to Laurent for those 2 touchdowns. Hazelton getting the ball, trying to cut his way upfield, but instead he gets stood up. Maybe a 1 to 2 yard gain there. And Zay Gibson made the tackle. He loses his helmet, and he'll have to head off the field for a moment. Once you lose that lid, you have to come off. Michael Hoppy right, a tackle earlier on a kickoff coverage. He's going to be playing middle linebacker. 3rd and 3. The way this game is going, you can see this being Four Seasons Mechanical 4-down territory. Quick hitter to the right, and we'll have to worry about going for on 4th down. That will be a first down as they throw it over to McClatchy. Good blocking. And McClatchy with a 7-yard gain. Those chains will move. Four Seasons Mechanical, first down. You gotta like these plays that have been driven up for McClatchy tonight. Gotten them the ball on jet sweeps and that screen pass where he starts working his way up, comes back, going towards his QB. Good throw by Young where McClatchy could bring it down and then cut up field. A good block from the receiver on that side, and Portage will keep their drive alive. They're on the 20. They're inside the red zone. 3 receivers to the left, going for the double move. High arcing pass, and it's incomplete. Devin Fadley beat his man, but a bad throw by Cody Young. That was 6 points with a bow on top. Instead, Michigan City will wipe the sweat from their brow. 29.2 seconds left in the third quarter. 36-3 Michigan City. They're about 12 minutes away from clinching their winning season. And bouncing back. They lost their last home game 44-7 against Maryville. Handoff up the middle. It's Duff, and Duff is slammed. Bradford, the D lineman, getting back there. And nowhere to really go. It's a loss of 1. And looks like Portage will walk to their sideline and end this third quarter. And this third quarter was wrapped up in blue and silver. As Michigan City outscored them 14-0. It's Trent Hart with 2 passing touchdowns to Zaire McKinney and Meek Laurent. We'll step aside for the break as we flip fields. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep. Skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
We are back. Andrew Milo joining you on the Region Sports Network. Michigan City, 36. Portage, 3. The Indians 12 minutes away from going to 0-7. Man in motion. It's a fake. Young running to his left, trying to stay alive, directing traffic, throwing a duck to his right, and luckily it falls incomplete, and Young took a hit. Laurent already has an interception on the day. Saw the ball come out of the hand of Young and thought maybe he's about to secure a second INT. He already has 2 touchdowns today on the other side of the football. But great coverage downfield by Michigan City and good pursuit by their D-line to get Young out of the pocket. It's now 4th and 11 from the Michigan City 21. A few times tonight now, we've seen Portage get a couple of first downs in a drive, and then they stall out. This Michigan City defense, one of the more underrated ones they're going to find in the region and in the Dual and Athletic Conference. Got some good linebackers between Gibson and Buskirk, and a flag being thrown in and a delay of game. Pushing back to 4th and a semi-truck, 4th and 16. Another mistake by Portage. A lot of penalties by them too. Don't have the exact number on me. It feels like any time Portage needs to make a play and flip the momentum, they have a penalty on them, whether it be a pass interference, a holding. That's our second delay of game. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Young going through the air. He's going to take off, and he will be sacked. Zay Gibson, middle linebacker, looking like the QB spy, running in once he saw Young run out. And on a Four Seasons 4-down territory play, Michigan City forces a turnover on downs. And I have to imagine that Michigan City is just going to keep the ball on the ground and run out this clock. Last week, you could talk about how good Michigan City's run game was, running for almost 300 yards in their win against Lake Central, with several players racking up the yards between Trent Hart, 130 rushing yards at quarterback, Jeremy Thurman, Zaire McKinney, Meek Laurent. But today it's been the passing game. Hart fakes it. He'll keep it himself. Trent Hart across the 40 to the 30, and Trent Hart will rumble 65 yards for a touchdown. Trent Hart is becoming a star in front of our very eyes here at Ames Field. An option play, saw that defensive edge crash down, hit the seam, and he was gone. Last week, it was a 78-yard rushing touchdown. This week, it's a 65-yarder. And Trinhart now has 6 touchdowns tonight. 5 through the air, 1 on the ground. They call him Showtime here in Michigan City. You can see why. 59-yard passing touchdown, a 52-yard passing touchdown, and now a 65-yard rushing touchdown. Michigan City now leads 43-3. We will take another break. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When it comes to your money, you deserve more than just numbers on a page. You deserve someone who sees the full picture. Meet Mark Machnick, one of Northwest Indiana's most trusted accounting professionals. Whether you're running a business, planning for retirement, or just trying to make sense of tax season, Mark Machnick, located in Highland, makes it simple, personal, and believe it or not, painless. Contact Mark and his team today at 219-595-5290. Mark Machnick, CPA.
Life isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet moments that matter the most. Of effort, of a dream taking root. And behind those moments, there's trust. Thank you for trusting Centier Bank with those moments and making us a part of your story. Thank you for the opportunity to earn your trust.
This is a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated. Quintel Incorporated, specializing in the reconditioning, repair, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. This is the Region Sports Network. Andrew Mild joining you, and what a night it's been for the Michigan City Wolves. They lead 43-3. Knuckleballer kicked a bit of a turf burner, rolling to around the 15-yard line, and a pretty good return against Portage at around the 35-yard line. Right now, if you're Portage, you're just playing to build off of something right now. We'll have a running clock for the rest of this game. As that touchdown put Michigan City up 40. Ball spotted at the 34. And Portage had some good plays, I would say, in the second half, just not been able to string them together. And it doesn't help that once Michigan City gets the football, they've had 3 50-plus yard touchdowns. Hazelton up the gut, and he'll get 2 yards to the 36, 2nd and 8. Ethan Buskirk with another tackle. A guy coming in with 23 tackles in the last 2 weeks. Came in with 61 on the season. That's tied for first in the region with 2 other players. 2nd and 8 from their own 36. Young, quick throw to the right. It is caught, and not much to be gained there. Jordan McClatchy with another reception, getting 2 yards, and the referee blowing the whistle as McClatchy walks off towards his sideline. So an injury timeout, but the clock will keep moving. We're at 9 minutes to go. And Portage just wants some momentum. They're going to drop to 0-7 and 0-5 on the year. But we have Valpo at home next week. Not going to be easy, which I'm interested to see. I know that we're covering that game on the Region Sports Network. Oh, that game got ugly. It was 27-21. Now Maryville's up 48-21. It's 21 points being scored by Maryville in the second half to Valpo's none. Handoff. The running back, Hazelton, moves upfield, and he's just a yard short of the first down marker. 4th and 1. 5-yard gain. Fields the tackle. They're now on the 43-yard line, need to get to the 44. 4-game slate. The Region Sports Network has been busy, but what's also really cool is that you have RSN Zone. If you just want to hear people talk about football and talk about the games going on, you can also tune into that on the Region Sports Network. I'll be there next week. Me and Mike DeWan finally get to sit down and talk some high school football in the region. Duff going to his left. He cuts it upfield, and he'll get the Four Seasons Mechanical first down. 4-yard gain to the 47. 7.5 minutes to go. Duff, an athlete, the Swiss Army knife. He's lined up as a quarterback, running back, tight end, wide receiver, you name it. And that time, give him the football, and he gets the chains moving, keeping the drive alive. Young, the quarterback, feeds it to Hazelton. Hazelton falls forward. Did a bit of a somersault there. He's now in plus territory, the Michigan City 48. 5-yard gain. 2nd and 5 coming up. Looked like a good game between Calumet and Wheeler. And then Maryville taking it to Valpo, as we mentioned. Other game we had going on tonight was LC and Chesterton. Tackle on the backfield. Puts Portage on their other side of the field. Play was blown up. Fitzpatrick. Heard his name a lot tonight. I'm going to say forward progress, put him back at the 50. So at midfield, they lost 2 yards, 3rd and 7 coming up. 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Cole, the tight end, back in the game. Young wants to go downfield, and it's overthrown. DeMarcus Jenkins was his target. It's now 4th down. And Portage down 40. They're just going to go for it. Before season mechanical, 4-down territory. Your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialists. Bit of window dressing here to close out the game. Michigan City get ready to celebrate their homecoming win here at home. A throw to the right, it's completed, and they push him out of bounds. Conley will force a turnover on downs. Under 5 minutes to go, Michigan City is going to take their time to take the field. Might be a couple of runs up the middle, keep this clock running. A lot of fans still here, getting ready to celebrate with their team. Michigan City go to 5-2 and 4-1 in conference play. A run play, and Portage swarmed to the football pretty quickly. Trying to see some of the backup players come out. Jeremy Thompson, the junior running back, given the football there. 2nd down. And Alvaro Serrano, the punter, is in there at quarterback. And a bad snap, and it pops up into the air, and Portage will get the ball. And it's Portage football. It didn't look like Michigan City was prepared for this snap there. It's Charles Barnes. It's Charles Barnes that's actually back there, and he's talking with his head coach. Fumble recovery by Demetrius Henderson. Big boy up front, a 5'8", 250-pound senior. Under 3 minutes to go. Don't forget, we'll have the post-game show. We'll hand out some awards and some thank yous. And Portage will be doing the same, bringing in their bench. 3-yard loss. 2nd and 13 coming up. Joseph got the carry. And Brandon Sazani is in there at quarterback. Sazani. 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. From the 44, 2 minutes ago. High snap. It's rolling away, and it'll be recovered by Michigan City. Bad snap by both sides. And that was Dre Wilson that recovered it and ran it for a few yards up to the 29. And you guys got to think here that Michigan City, with the clock running, just going to take a knee, going to victory formation, and start celebrating this dominant victory in front of their hometown fans. Last time they were on the other side of a 44-7 blowout loss against the Maryville Pirates. And Coach French had to take a timeout, bit of confusion. Clock stops at 1:13. Another week where the Michigan City offense was the big story. They came in with 21 offensive touchdowns. That's 3.5 a game. And 3rd in scoring in the DAC overall. Last week was their run game. This week's their pass game. And that's what we were talking about in the pregame show. And as the game has gone on, they can beat you in a lot of ways. They will exploit their weakness. And for Portage, it's been their secondary. That was the weakness tonight. And Michigan City was able to attack it in a lot of different ways. And Trent Hart will walk away with 5 passing touchdowns, 3 to McKinney, the 3-star recruit, and then 2 to Meek Laurent. Ball carrier going to his right. Sutter steps and it goes out of bounds. Barnes running the football there. And Trent Hart will come out. And I think that will spell the end of this football game. Once they get past 40 seconds, they can just take that knee and end this game and let everyone return to their sidelines and get on the bus healthy. There's a snap. There's the kneel down. Now we'll do it. Here from Ames Field, the Michigan City Wolves blow out the Portage Indians by a final of 43-3. And Michigan City, who's had their best start since 2018, will now go to 5-2 on the season and 4-1 in conference play. They'll get ready for the LaPorte Slicers next week. And for the Portage Indians, they go to 0-7 on the year, and they've dropped now 5 games in conference play. They'll have the Valparaiso Vikings next week. We're going to step aside and we'll come back as we'll have a Strachan Van Til scoreboard update. We'll recap tonight's game, and then we'll give out some thank yous and some awards, so you don't want to miss it. We'll be back here for the Region Sports Network post-game show. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world.
simple tasks, guaranteed results every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the Nika contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep. Skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowd Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region's schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
We are back, and Michigan City with the dominant win. They beat Portage 43-3. Their offense, explosive as usual. Their defense, stout. Their special teams has some good coverage and some good returns in their own right. This scoreboard update is courtesy of your neighborhood Strack and Van Til Food Market. Strack and Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. And Drayton got the win over Angola 35-7. River Forest against Bishop Knowles 23-6. River Forest getting the win. Calumet and Wheeler, they're in a really good football game, 21-16 in the fourth quarter. Morton, my goodness, 76-0 blowout win over the Hammond Central Wolves. No love lost in that contest. Munster pitches the shutout against Highland, 35-0 from Munster. Chesterton Trojans and the Lake Central Indians went into the half at 7-6. Chesterton was leading. They scored 20 unanswered points. They cruised to a 27-6 win. LC's losing streak now goes to 4 straight. Crown Point takes care of LaPorte, 42-7 from Crown Point. Lowell over Kankakee Valley, that was a blowout. The Red Devils 56, Kankakee Valley 14. Maryville took care of the Valparaiso Vikings, outscoring them 21-0 in the second half. They win 48-21. And then the Griffith Panthers blew out West Side 46-12. And again, the final score here was 43-3. To really summarize the game tonight, Michigan City's offense is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Sort of stalled out there in the second half, but if they can keep it a competitive football game and limit the mistakes in the first half and get into that second half, there's not going to be too many teams that can beat the Michigan City Wolves. And Trent Hart has really turned into an impressive quarterback these last 2 weeks. Last week, he went 15 for 20, 193 yards, and 3 touchdowns. I would say his numbers were pretty similar, but this time he had 5 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown. He was responsible for 6 touchdowns today. Zaire McKinney, over 100 receiving yards. His first 100 receiving yard game since their win on the road against Valparaiso, where he had over 160 yards that day. And Michigan City will go to 5-2 on the year. They'll go on the road against LaPorte. For the Portage Indians, they go to 0-7 and 0-5 in conference play. Their next game at home against the Valparaiso Vikings, as the Portage Indians will look to try to get a win to close out the year. If not, it'll be their second winless year in the last 3 seasons. For them, they couldn't get out of their own way. Whenever Portage was knocking on the door of making a big play that could have flipped the script, they always had a mental error, whether it be a penalty or a turnover or just a dropped football. And it was just not Portage's night. And they knew it was going to be a tough environment against Michigan City. The emotions ran a little high when they're going up against their former teammate, Daquan Fields. But Michigan City took care of business. They stuck with their assignments, and they redeemed themselves after the tough 9-7 loss last year, where they only gained 123 yards. Time for one of the most important parts of every Region Sports Network broadcast. That is to hand out the awards. First one, we have the Crown Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Crown Company's proud to recognize the superheroes on the football field. And you have to give it to Trent Hart. Trent Hart won it last week with 3 passing touchdowns and tried to go any other way and trying to give another Michigan City player some recognition, but you can't ignore 5 passing touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown. 2 passing touchdowns for over 50 yards in the second half, and then a 65-yard rushing touchdown. Trent Hart, he gets his second superhero of the game for the second week in a row. Then you have the Blue Collar Player of the Game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. Going to give this one to the tight end, Hunter Cole, for Portage. He fought. Even though the game was getting out of hand, Hunter Cole was still battling out there. They were throwing the football to him out of the tight end spot, handing him the football from the backfield, and he even went out with a cramp and came right back in. Even though he didn't have to, Hunter Cole really personified a blue-collar player of the game. And then we have the final one, the Proud to Be Union Home Play of the Game, presented by Ironworkers Local 395. For more information on the apprenticeship program, check out ironworkers395.com. And for me, that's for Meek Laurent. Michigan City scored a touchdown. They went up 6-0 on Laurent, bringing in the touchdown pass from Trent Hart, Hart's first of the night. He tipped the ball up into the air, as you're watching it right here, and then caught it while in the end zone for the touchback. Michigan City would score a field goal on that drive and then never looked back as they won 43-3. Some thank yous to hand out in management: executive producer Chris Ramirez, operations manager Rich Castillo, sales manager Heather Ames, Zach Miller with 2 eyes, our coordinating producer, and the famous sports director Mike DeWine. Special thanks to Tony Klimchak, the head coach of Portage, and Cody French of Michigan City, the athletic director of Portage, Brett St. Germain, and Ben Bachman of Michigan City. Always love coming to Ames Field in Michigan City, Indiana. Always a great time. And, of course, for the viewers at Facebook/Region Sports Nation, YouTube/Region Sports, regionsports.com, and IHSAA Champions Network. For my cameraman, Caleb Bernard, and my producer, Clint Klaus, I've been Andrew Mild. This has been the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.